Hey everyone, how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here, and today we are going to be reviewing the Dragon Ball Z special, Bardock, Father of Goku. So this used to be one of the few canon Dragon Ball specials, and basically the Broly movie got rid of that. So I can't wait to get to the Broly movie, so that way we compare notes on this and that origin story. I did see the Broly movie in theaters, so I have seen it before. I have to say that origin felt more like Superman, while this one felt a little more original. But I haven't watched it in forever, and we're going to review it eventually, so I'm not going to get into it. Anyways, let's get into Bardock, Father of Goku. So it starts off at Planet Vegeta. We get to see Goku being born, and it's shown that he won't stop crying. We then are cut to another planet where great apes attack the planet and overtake it. And we are introduced to Bardock and his crew of 4 Saiyans. Bardock doesn't remember Goku's birthday, or probably even Raditz's birthday. It kind of shows that he's like Saiyans are supposed to be, uncaring parents, only caring about fighting and stuff like that. Which, again, Broly, it shows completely different, but whatever. And he, after fighting the alien race, one comes up and gifts Bardock, or curses Bardock with psychic powers, basically clairvoyance and looking into people's minds, basically. Bardock then kills the alien and then passes out and wakes up back on Vegeta, healing himself, getting healed. We then get to see Kid Vegeta's training, and in that we get to see Nappa with hair, which is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. We are then introduced to Frieza, Zarbon, and Dodoria, talking about how strong the Saiyans have gotten, and considering like how Bardock was considered a low-level Saiyan, yet he is extremely strong and stuff like that, which is starting to scare Frieza. During that, Vegeta comes in and demands an assignment because he's literally bored. That's the only reason why, and Frieza sends him on the hardest assignment. And then we see that Bardock is still healing. He's physically fine, but mentally not okay. So his team goes without him to another mission. During that, Bardock receives his first vision, and it's kind of assumed that Goku sees the vision too, and it's of basically Goku growing up and Planet Vegeta getting destroyed and stuff like that. And he's basically spoiled the entirety of Dragon Ball and the intro of Dragon Ball Z. We are then cut to Bardock's team on the planet, where they get assaulted by Frieza's men, which are led by Dodoria, which they were ordered to kill them because they've been getting way too strong. Bardock then shows up and finds all his men dead. One of them, named Tora, is still kind of hanging on, so he tells Bardock that Dodoria was ordered to kill them by Frieza, and when that happens, Dodoria's men show up, and Bardock makes pretty quick work of them, except he starts getting visions, and it's kind of like interrupting his fighting. And then once he kills all of them, Dodoria shows up and beats up Bardock and leaves him for dead. But doesn't finish the job off, obviously. We're then seeing that Goku is sent off to Earth, or Earth, and during that, Bardock comes back, and they kind of have that Pokemon trade moment where they're like next to each other, and then they like he realizes that it's Kakarot or Goku. And Bardock comes back and decides that he's got to warn all the Saiyans about what's about to happen. Nobody believes him because he's a low-level Saiyan. They're not going to take him seriously. And then Bardock finally decides that he needs to do something. And part of that is because he has a vision of meeting a grown-up Kakarot. And Goku telling him that he could be better and not like Frieza. And Bardock decides to stand up to Frieza, where he fights basically all his men and everything, trying to get there. And Frieza shows up, creates a death ball, and throws it at Bardock, his own men, and Planet Vegeta, blowing up the entire planet. And that is basically the end of the special. So, what did I personally think of this movie? Well, I thought it was pretty good. Again, it's sad that it's not canon anymore. Probably the best part was Bardock taking on all of Dodoria's guys. And, yeah. So for animation, I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was actually pretty well put together, especially for a 90s hand-drawn anime. It wasn't that much issue to it. The script, I did give a 7 out of 10. There were some lines that were kind of meh, to say the least. The story was an 8 out of 10. The only reason why I kind of gave it an 8 out of 10 is because it's not canon anymore, even though it was trying to be canon back then. Characters, I gave a 7 out of 10. I felt like we needed more time with his squad to kind of care about them. We only get, like, literally one scene of them sitting around, and it was all mostly focused on Bardock. Voice acting, I gave a 7 out of 10. There's some instances where it just was kind of goofy sounding and stuff, like Bardock talking to Tora. He sounded way too hyped up, like in a positive sense, seeing him die. And overall, the score average was 7.6 out of 10. So yeah, that is my thoughts on Bardock, Father of Goku. I think next is BoJack Unbound we'll be doing. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan telling you, have an amazing day.